Today we have Mile High Hip Hop veterans. Stay tuned.
Nice. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey.
An applause button.
Yeah, get the applause, yeah. I'm playing it right now. Applause. Well, hold on. Let me give you more. Let me give you some more so they know. Boardroom clap.
Thank you.
Hip hop is in the building.
Yes.
Okay, so introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, what you do in the band.
My name is Ichiban, and I rap and I also produce the music as well.
DJ A What? I'm the DJ, do
A
the cuts, mix, do the sets, produce a little.
I'm Main Rock, and I'm an MC, and I do all the emails and contact. And I used to do all the social media, but now I'm handing over IG to.
Thanks, Dad. Main Rock is our team dad. My name is Incline. I also produce, MC, and do a little bit of the mixing for our projects. You know.
Nice.
Awesome. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really, really excited to have you here as our first local artist.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Stay Tuned. Who are you? What are you about?
We're an audio visual hip hop group. What we do is we have a DJ. Our DJ also does the visuals for the band. So we try to make our live shows a little bit more engaging in that way. And yeah, three MCs and a DJ. Traditional hip hop style. So. Yeah, glad to be here.
How did you guys get the idea to bring the visuals into the sets? Because that is something that definitely sets you guys apart and it's interesting to watch. So where did that come from?
So I think in regards to the visuals, it was kind of also at the same time just with technology sort of, improving in regards to like the way we set up our shows, like DJ wise, equipment wise. I mean, we still use 2 turntables and a mixer, so very like staple hip hop, traditional hip hop. But the software itself kind of lent itself to for us to be able to include the visuals along with the audio. So, really for us, since we've been performing for 20 years plus, throughout Denver and nationwide. We just wanted to take it to the next level and really just kind of give our fans and the folks that come to watch us, the opportunity to not only hear the music, but to see the visual. And it just gives us another element, another dimension, adds another dimension to the show and to our live show.
Dimension is a great word because I was at the show. By the way, if you did not know, they opened up for Nappy Roots. Y'all killed that, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
That was a dope show, and the visuals. It was the first time because Molly had explained to me how you need the screen, and it made sense, right, with all of that. So, 20 years you said y'all been together. Talk about y'all brotherhood and what that means, and how that affects and helps like your hip hop creation. Talk about that.
Well, honestly, me and this dude known each other even longer than that. Been best friends since we were kids. And I mean, right, well, we were all kids because then we were still teenagers when we met him. And
right.
Then we met Ichiban, just in our early 20s. So it was like we were super young kids. And it's just, this is what we've always done. And it was because that's just what you did. We were graffiti writers.
Okay,
gotcha. we were of hip hop, and that was just what we did, and nothing else mattered. Like radio, this idea, like it was never what the goal was. The goal was just to do it, and it was like we're battle MCs. Like we came up very much in that realm of this idea of the 4 elements of hip hop. That's how we were taught, and so It was just what you did, and that was kind of the scene we were a part of, the party scene, and it just evolved in and of itself over its time. And it's like, I think that's, for me, I know it was one of the things I'm most grateful for at this point is to be here still with some homies that I've been homies with forever.
Nice.
And it's like, we know our work routines and we know how we are, how some fools don't be answering texts, and, you know how it goes. But, it's very much part of the process because it's always been the process.
Right.
And there's been people that have came and went, but like to be here with the core people and now doing our producer for our new project, Maker, he's from Chicago, and but that's somebody we met along the way and someone we were a fan of at first. Absolutely, and to be able to be at this point with my brothers, like working with someone we were a fan of, you know, and where we've reached out in hip hop and at large, you know, throughout the underground scene and who we know and now what we've accomplished, you know. That's just, like I said, it's part of the process, but something that we're really thankful for all the same.
That's awesome. And you can it tells in your work from what I'm saying. Let's get you in here now. Okay, 20 years, y'all been together, your brotherhood and whatnot. It's a lot of talent here in Denver. There's a lot.
Yep.
Talk about your group and how you guys stand out or how you try and stand out, because there's a lot of hip-hop artists, hip-hop groups, soloists or whatever out there. How does your group and what you guys do kind of differ, and how you make sure that you guys stand out, other than the visual things?
Sure. Kind of circling back, you know, to what we were talking about earlier. I mean, we've known each other for so long. I think I met these guys in like 2002, and they were doing shows at the Soiled Dove, which was a venue. Like, I think I was 19 at the time, so we were having to like forge documents and stuff, and like go to King Super.
Statute limitations.
Yeah. But yeah, just to play in these clubs. But you know, like we saw, you know, the talent that they brought, and like vice versa, and we were all kind of doing our own things at the moment. But I think that all drew us in, you know, to each other. And we weren't even, you know, working as a collective at that point, but that's kind of, you know, what we built off of that base. And to be doing it, you know, 20 plus years later, it just feels like we're seasoned, and we know what we want to hear. Yeah, we have this kind of this synergy when we get together, and kind of everybody knows their role. And I think that kind of makes us stand out from, you know, I don't want to say like, you know, compare us to other artists, but it does make us, you know, a little bit more like we know what we're doing.
You have your own lane. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So you guys have a project you're getting ready to release, Tuned In, and we'll get into that. But I want to talk about your latest single, Parts Unknown. It's really interesting. You just released the video for it. Talk a little bit about the visuals and the song itself.
So I believe this was like... Parts Unknown was actually originally called Mystery Meat.
Oh, wow.
It was the first song that we wrote for the project. And I believe Maine, you know, had this idea of it being like an ode to class warfare, you know, and just we kind of just adopted the Eat the Rich kind of theme. And it just, you know, the video kind of, the concept was just built into, you know, the message and what we were trying to say. So, you know, we hired a good homie, local film producer, director. He wrote the treatment for it, you know. It's pretty easy, you know, coming up with it, and he killed it. And, you know, we luckily had some friends from Bar Red that lent us The Basement. You know, it was a nice dark cellar vibe, so it fit the concept of, you know, quite literally eating the rich. We wanted to have a fellowship, you know, with our brothers around the table, you know, celebrating, you know, having a meal together. So, you know, I don't know, it was dope. The concept was just a lot of fun to work with, so it kind of gave us the opportunity to really incorporate the visuals. Also, like, we did not plan on or intentionally plan on dropping it on Halloween, you know. But, you know, we did get to incorporate some Halloween props. So I feel like, I don't know. I love the song. Maker really snapped on the beat. I mean, that melody really, you know.
Is that the one I love? That
dun 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 dun.
Yes.
That one, go crazy.
So
I'm telling you, I saw y'all perform that. I was like, that's the one. I love that. So I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything to add to that?
Yeah, shouts to Eric Media. That's who went ahead and directed and shot that and everything. And he's a young feller here. Well, he's great. Like, he just actually did a documentary himself,
Nice.
And it's about DACA students. And there's a program that allows DACA students to travel abroad and be able to re-enter the country, you know,
Love
safely.
that.
So
Yeah.
he just did this documentary for him, and it's amazing because they went to Tokyo, and just his work speaks for itself.
That's
So
dope
it's
that you
like-
shouted him out on that. That's dope.
Yeah, no, it's really important, and like the work he's doing, like beyond. I know he's worked with Youth on Record as well. That local
We've had them
organization.
in,
Yeah, so he's very, very grounded in our community. Denver raised, but DACA,
Yeah.
all the same. So
Super important. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, talking about that, I mean, Inkline, you mentioned a lot of, like, you shot it at Bar Red. It's a local director. How important is Denver to y'all, to your music, to what you do?
Good
we're
question.
all Denver, bud.
Denver everything, fool.
I mean, except for Incline being from Birmingham, but he might as well be at this point. He's
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
grandfathered in though.
There you go.
bringing twang to the front range.
I love that. That's
Nah,
funny.
but we're born and raised, so how
Yeah.
what better to use in the community you're from, to really ground you in what you're doing. And it's like, for what it's worth, folks, like when they talk about hip hop, there's all these regional sounds and what have you. And that's also actually part of the origin of Stay Tuned was we had at some points, we have like production where it sounds like other regional stuff because it's hip hop, and like hip hop is always borrowed from everything and you pull in everything. So like whether it's beats that sound more West Coast, more East Coast, more underground, whatever kind of labels you want to give us. Yeah. That was the whole idea, is that we kind of range through them in sets, and we have mix sets where, where our beats go into, that exactly, like to someone else, because we got a DJ and that's what the DJ's
That's what
supposed,
it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You said the elements of hip hop. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, but at our core, it's still Denver. So we've always been told, well, Denver doesn't have a regional sound, whatever. And it's like, well, why would we? We're in the middle of the map and we're pulling everything together.
Good point.
That's what we're here to do. And now we have a gang of transplants. Incline not included because his grandfather in 05. He was here
Still here?
pre-legalization and all that.
I lived in Denver before Denver is Denver. So, like before this version of Denver. I didn't move here because of, certain laws changed. You know what I mean?
Guys, anybody else want to add on to that? The Denver thing, the importance of it?
No, I mean it's just like Maine hit the nail on the head. I mean we all grew up here, and we all have close ties to just the community. Like my father came here in the 70s to teach karate, and so it's like we've had our dojo on Colfax.
Wow.
Since he moved here, and it's always just been like a tight knit communal thing. So when we get together in any kind of artistry, or someone is succeeding in their artistry, we're always like here to push them on that platform, and we're all just here like kind of supporting each other. So it's just cool to see people pave a way, or like, oh, this cat went to East, or these cats went to G-Dub, or whatever. It's like, we go through that nostalgia, but at the same time, it's like really dope to see people from our community doing good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Denver is, important to me, being from Birmingham, Alabama. Like, I met A-What and Maine when we were literally kids, teenagers, and through a mutual friend who was my DJ from back home at the time, he's also a graph writer, so, naturally he got in with these guys, in the graph scene. He lived here, like, going to school for a minute. So we just randomly visited one time. I came with him, met these guys. I saw what, like, a real, like, community looked like.
Love to hear that. Yeah.
And so, it really shaped my goals and aspirations, as an artist. So, when it came time for me to move here, I wanted to get out of the South. So, naturally, having those early roots tied here, it felt like a second home to me anyway. So, having lived here, I got almost like 12 years total now, on 2 different times. So, yeah, seeing the community grow and evolve and being able to be a part of it with these guys, like, is like saying that Denver is important to me is like, complete understatement. So I'm just glad to be here, man. And, yeah.
That means a lot, because this is Community Corner. We talk about community things, but y'all brought that up, working with people and artists who are from the community, what it means for each and every one of y'all. That's awesome. Before we get to your debut, of your song here. I want each and one of you to just give us a little short information or comment about what your legacy means to this city and in this group. I don't know if any of you have kids and what that means, but you guys are leaving a legacy. What does that mean to you to be able to do that, what you're doing? So they can, years later, like we watch our forefathers in hip hop and we watch their videos and their interviews, right? They left gems and so on. Talk about your legacy a little bit and what that means to you. How important is it?
That is such a big word, legacy, obviously. But as far as like mine within the city, I mean, I have two young boys. Actually, one of them is 12. The other one is just like 15 months right now. So big gap. But my 12-year-old, I mean, we were talking about earlier in regards to like, you know, the 4 elements of hip hop and kind of like, you know, that is what we grew up on. And that's actually in real time right now what I pass down to my sons. I mean, especially the older one. I mean, he's a b-boy.
Nice.
Active b-boy, like out there, you know, performing, battling. You know, big ups to the B-Boy Factory here in Denver. And you know, I guess like I don't really think about legacy. I guess I just think in the now, and what I just try to do is be the best example to them that I can be, and show them, you know, the right way to do it. You know, having the experience that I have, and that's what really I just try to do. So, I don't know. I mean, legacy is a big word, and within the Denver hip hop scene, I think like our work and the time that we've put in has, you know, that has showed people, you know, kind of what we're about, what I'm about, what, you know, everybody here is about. So, I don't know. I think we just keep it moving and just keep being a good example.
Anybody else want to add to that?
I mean, legacy, like you said, I don't know if you think about it. It's just life, and we're living its fullest extent, you know,
Sure.
through it, and whatever we're doing, you know, is what we're doing, like I said. And so we're fortunate that we've done what we've done, that we've had the successes we've had, and that some of us have kids, and that we're, you know, giving that to the kids. And
Right.
It's just part of going on, and that's, you know, really what the legacy is at the end of the day. Like, for whatever doors we broke down for people, whatever we helped, however we helped the scene, you know, it was because we just did it to do it, and it wasn't for you know, this idea that we're going to do it for this reason.
Sure.
You know, and so that, and your legacy is seen in that, and I think the real legacies are built on that, because people see that, oh, this wasn't some intentional move to make me famous, put me in this position. It was just, these were the moves that were made, and that's what creates that legacy.
What about where they can find you
Yeah.
guys?
On IG, just go to IG, because everybody go to IG. It's at After This Break, because we're Stay Tuned. So stay tuned. After this
Break.
break.
Smart,
You see that?
Thank you.
What he did there.